Stephanie from Activate AP's social media team. Thanks so much for joining us here live on Facebook again. I have a very special guest who I'm going to let herself introduce herself today. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll jump right in. Our topic today is natural means of beauty.
Hi, I'm Nastasia Irons. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I have been practicing in Toronto for about 3.5 years now. Mainly what I do is a lot of skincare and digestion health. So I'm happy to be here today and explain a little bit more about what I do.
Awesome. Thanks so much. So I guess my first question, Nastasia, would have to be, what interested you about natural health and skincare?
For me, I think the biggest thing was I was noticing so many people were coming to see me with like all of a sudden hives that were showing up out of nowhere, or acne that happened in their late 20s that no one could help them with, or eczema that was flaring up again from since they were a kid and now when they're stressed. And it was just so many skin complaints over and over again that I decided to look into it a little more.
Okay. So what is it about aging skin that kind of brings back these conditions we might have had as children?
I think what happens is our body loses its ability to regulate every day we have to detoxify the things we come in contact with. So everything we're eating, everything that we breathe in, and the chemicals we put on our skin. And then eventually we hit a threshold that you just can't compete with anymore. And so people are getting more allergy symptoms, or the buildup in the liver is causing it to show up on the skin, a lot more inflammation based on what we're eating and our stress response as adults. And so then we're also seeing a disruption in collagen and our skin's natural ability to heal. So things are getting worse as adults. And you're seeing like the things you had as a kid show up, but worse, and then they're not getting better the same way they used to.
Okay, so you kind of touched on diet a little bit there. What role does diet kind of play on your physical appearance?
Oh, it's basically, I feel like it's the basis for everything that makes up who we are. So our diet will influence how bright our skin looks. It'll influence the elasticity of our skin, like even just being dehydrated from not having enough water in the foods we eat and what we drink will show up on your skin as like a dull complexion and sagging, darkness under your eyes. Also, the foods you're eating will influence, like if you're going to be more prone to acne, or even wrinkles stay longer when your skin is more dehydrated and you're not eating foods high in silicon. So vegetables like watermelon or cucumber and fruits like watermelon really help boost that. And so I think everything goes down to our diet in the end.
Okay, great. So what are some foods that we can eat? You kind of touched on a few foods and drinks that we can kind of consume that will help to make our skin glowing, look healthier, look younger, kind of reduce the visible signs of aging.
Okay, some of the top foods would definitely be, like I said, watermelon, cucumber, and celery. They're really high in silicon and the nutrients that give us more hydration to the skin. Other foods that help with skin's appearance will be foods that help bring more blood flow to the area. So figs, celery again. And then some of the more nuttier wheat alternatives like buckwheat, for example, is a really, really great substitute to eat instead of regular flour in your baking or with pancakes. And it helps reduce sometimes as we get older with our diets and what we're exposed to, our skin gets more stiff, and the buckwheat actually softens that.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are there any kind of beauty secrets that you can kind of give us here today so that we can take them away and add them into our own beauty regimen?
In terms of like topical stuff or just in general? I think we can do both.
Yeah, sure. That's great.
Okay. So I think you should definitely start your day off with a tall glass of water and lemon in it. It prepares your body for optimal digestion throughout the day, and also it gets you nice and hydrated right away. And then we also want to make sure that what we're putting on our skin isn't just sitting on the surface, and it's actually going into the layers. So one of the things I do every morning is I wash my face with warm water, and I keep it wet so that when I apply any oil-based products, it actually goes into the skin.
Okay.
And then another really important thing is to use a cleanser that's oil-based if you can. Natural and oil-based, so that it keeps your skin nice and moisturized and doesn't leave it dry after.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to use an oil topically on your skin to kind of fight oil almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, people are really scared of using oil-based cleansers because they think that it'll give their skin more oil and it'll make acne worse or other blemishes worse, but it actually fixes the problem because it's the dryness that causes little separations in your skin cells, and it makes bacteria and other things go deeper. So you want to always keep your face nice and soft and moisturized, and using oil-based cleansers does that. And always adding water to any oil products you put on your skin.
Okay, good tip. They don't
Mm-hmm.
exactly mix, but I could definitely see why you need both of them. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I know that you do facial acupuncture. Can you tell us about that a little bit from the perspective
Yeah.
of having heard of it, and how is it a natural practice for skincare?
So when you think about it, a lot of us go through our days. Over time, our skin gets a lot less blood flow to it because things just like our skin ages, our skin cells get older, and then before they fully die off, they kind of just stay dead on the surface. That's why exfoliation is really important. But facial acupuncture also helps stimulate a lot of the blood vessels along here that bring blood to the face. You put these tiny little hair-like needles in parts of like the cheek and above the eyebrows and around the mouth to bring blood flow there, but it also creates like little tiny micro injuries, which stimulates collagen production. And then putting them into the parts of the face that are near a lot of muscles we tense all day will help relax those muscles and improve a lot of the fine lines that start to form over natural, like constant actions like this. And then another thing it does is that it helps relax the face, bring blood to the face. It helps with exfoliation. And then in Chinese medicine, there's points on the face that correspond to different organs. And so like digestion and hormones and liver health. And so we put the needles in those spots too, and it helps with that constitutionally.
Wow, it sounds very interesting and quite
Mm-hmm.
complex, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, great. Okay, well, did you have any closing words for our audience today, Nastasia? Just some advice, tips, tricks?
Yeah, I think just the key thing is hydration is your number one most important tool for skincare. So you want to make sure you're hydrating yourself with the food you eat, what you're drinking, and then keeping your face hydrated with products that are natural as much as possible, and then also that really penetrate into the skin.
Okay, well, thank you so much
Mm-hmm.
for joining us here today, Nastasia. Again, to everyone who's listening from home, we just spoke to Nastasia Irons. She's a naturopathic doctor based in Toronto, Ontario. We really enjoyed having her here on the show. Hopefully we'll have her again
Thank you.
sometime soon.
Thanks, Stephanie.
No problem. And to everyone watching at home, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we'll be live on Facebook. We're discussing a natural beauty solution for your hair, teeth, and your face. Until next time, stay hydrated, everyone. And I'm going to stop recording.